It's demagoguery time, which means just that as we read through the Torah, this is the week when we read Parshat Korach. Korach is the epitome in the tradition of somebody who's a demagogue, somebody who says that they're in it for the sake of the people, of all of the little people out there who have no voice, but really are just using fancy words to be in it for themselves. Somebody whose stated reasoning doesn't match up with their actual goals, and who uses an emotional appeal rather than appeal to hard reason. There's a lot of things going on with this. This is mainly taking place in chapter 16 of the book of Numbers. But in verse 19 is when, after this has been going on for a little while, not even at the very beginning of Korach's revolt, when in verse 19 it says, V'yekhal alehem Korach et kol ha'edah el Pedach Ol Moed, that Korach gathered everyone, the entire assembly of Israelites, or the entire assembly of his group against them, meaning Moses and Aaron, the leaders of the journey from Egypt to the Promised Land, at the entrance of the tent of meeting. And Rashi, the great Torah commentator, asked, what does it mean? He gathered all of them. How does that happen? And Rashi's comment is, B'divrei leitanut, with words of mockery, meaning that this was done with sort of a sarcastic, cynical tone. It was a way of, famously, like when you can have sort of cool, ironic distance from things. And this may be a version of what Korach did, of trying to make sure that Moses and Aaron, the sort of reluctant but legitimately appointed by God leaders of the mission to get from Egypt to the Promised Land, that they were seen in a mocking way. He got everyone on his side, b'divrei leitanut, with words of mockery, the same word used for clowning and things like this. Kol halayla ha'u, that entire night, halach etzel ha'shvatim u'padach otam, that he went to all the different groups and he convinced them by saying, you guys don't really think that that I'm in this for myself. Rather, I'm in it for all of you. Eini makpid ela bisfil kulchem. I just am in it for you. And that sort of, we'd see is laying it on a little thick. But he went around and sort of leaned on everybody bit by bit, using both sarcastic words and falsely sincere words in order to foment a revolt against Moshe and for himself. This is, of course, we don't read the Torah to learn history so much as we read it to learn about our own world. It is worth being aware that left and right, these strategies still get used. Be wary of people who say they don't have a personal angle in things. We all do. And be wary of those who are only mocking and who aren't building up a vision of how, in fact, we can reach our goals. Korach is somebody who wanted power for himself, was less interested in the goal of reaching the Promised Land. Moshe successfully fights him off, but he only can do it with miracles from God. We don't have those same miracles on our side, and we have to read things sharply, have a degree of skepticism and degree of hope at the same time, not to fall into Korach's trap. Shabbat Shalom.